All right, this video assumes you got your repository created and that now you need to get into a place called CodeSpaces. So normally if you were going to copy somebody's repository, like if you wanted to clone Griffin's repository for this class, you just go to somebody's repository, you click on the code button, and then this is the link or the URL or the resource that you would use to run a command called git clone to pull all of this information down. For us, we're going to click the same button, but we're not cloning anything. We want to go to what's called CodeSpaces because we want to start developing. And I thought that keeping this online for now and inside the browser would be our best bet for simplicity without installing things on your own personal computer. So I'm going to create a code space. It says on main because in GitHub, in Git, it uses what's called branches because Git is a version control type software. So when this loads, what you'll see pop up is this is your file tree, right? If we could go back and look, we only had one file, and it was the readme.markdown. And then this central area shows, in this case, readme, because that's the default view of what, in GitHub, it finds the readme.markdown file and shows that. It's kind of like the index in a website. And then you have a terminal, which we'll be using. So part of the assignment, let me see if I've listed it at all. Assignments, part 0, getting set up, GitHub repo. Let's see. I tried doing this all with links to and like images and snapshots, like but it's taking forever, and it's just too much. So no, let's go back to mine. Hit the back button. All right, so in GitHub, setting it up, I wanted you to create 2 folders, assignments and assignments _ completed. And in your code space, it's a really easy place to do that. So in my file tree, I can go up to add a new folder, and it gives me a place to type. So assignments, enter. And I need another folder called, oops, we don't want to be in there. Hit escape, select out here, new folder. Assignments completed. I'm going to put a readme. I right click this time, chose new file, readme.md. I'm going to do the same thing here. Right click, new file, readme.md. All right, and this readme, oops, let me use some markdown. The pound signs, double pound sign is a heading to in a web page. It just makes it big. I'm going to put assignments. This, I mean, nothing's set in stone yet. I mean, you're going to clone my assignments, but I'm just showing you how to do some of these things initially right now. So, completed. The goal is to do your notebooks, your Python notebooks, and pull them from the assignments folder and put them into the completed folder. And then if I ask you to upload anything, you'll upload it to D2L. All right. So now we've opened a code space. Your tabs of everything that of the files that were open are all here. So if we close them all, I'm going to add another file because one thing about a code space is it doesn't match up totally with, like, for example, when I make changes here, they don't immediately come back to your repository. So we're going to take care of that. And this is a huge step, so pay attention. So I'm going to add one more file, new file. I'm just going to call it hello.py. And over here, see how it asked me down here, do you want to install the recommended Python? Sure. And that's just going to install some add-ons, which you can install add-ons. These little building blocks over here will let you search for add-ons in this box, but that's not this video. So in hello.py, I'm just going to do the simple print hello world and save it, Command S or File Save, and I want to run it. So I'm going to come down to my terminal. You won't have to do this for your programs. We're going to use a Jupyter notebook. I might do a video on that next, but down here I'm going to do a LL. It stands for long listing, and it shows your files. So this is just an exact reflection of what we see over here, right? This is the visual, the GUI side. This is the terminal side. And so if I want to run this Python script, I just type Python and then hello.py, hit enter, and it prints hello world from the terminal. I'll go over some other commands for the terminal, like cd is change directory, cd assignments, long listing. So now we're in the assignments folder. cd ... takes me back one directory. I'll do more later, but the big thing here is, notice I've added 2 folders in this hello.py, and I have the number 3 sitting over the source control icon. And this is telling me you have changes that aren't being tracked and that we should probably do something about that. So I'm going to click on my source control icon, and when you commit the changes you made, you're supposed to give a comment. The comments here aren't that important, but if you're in industry, you're out working, some of these, when you start to commit, they take you to possibly a huge form with a lot of stuff to fill out to know what you've been working on. So I'm just going to say like initial commit or first commit, and then I'm going to hit commit. And then this says there are no stage changes to commit. Would you like to stage all of your changes and commit them directly? And I'm going to say always, because there's really 3 commands that go when you, or 2 commands that go when you hit that button. One's git commit or git add all, and then the other one is git commit to actually commit the changes. And me saying that out loud without showing you doesn't make a lot of sense. But anyway, I'm going to sync the changes now. And then I want to click OK, but don't show this again, because I always want it to go, this says action will pull and push commits from and to origin main. So origin main is here. Notice this is where your branches are. You've got one branch in its main. And this is also, since we created the repository on GitHub, it's the origin. So we're going to push and pull between our code space and our origin main branch. So I'm going to say OK, don't show again, and it's syncing. So if I come back and I reload, boom, here's all my changes. There's my hello.py, and there you go. That's how you commit back and forth. And you have to be careful, because if you close your code space, you don't commit your changes, then you've lost them. So that's kind of a big deal. All right, next video in a minute.